Yeah, man, we're back again. Another blockbuster I feel today, Longers. What's happening, mate?
Big blockbuster. Today we got a general in the game. Someone who set the trends from way back, and pun not intended when I say that, yeah? That's what I'm saying. Today we got Sweet Vibes and Deja from Swift Avenue right here, right now. You know what I mean? Swift Avenue. That didn't come out properly. I know.
You meant to be Fifth Avenue.
I know.
So we're doing it.
Swift.
Yeah, you having that? I had to look at your eyes.
All right.
Because you know,
He'll pick up the crumbs.
what you say about that? Nah.
I know. But you know what? At least we never mess up your name, you know.
Yeah? So I don't even know where to start this. Uncle. And cousin.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we should just go right back. Because I've known see the name on the flyer when I stepped into the first edition office and J2's designing the flyers. And there's a sound called Fifth Avenue on the black and white flyers, we must add.
Yes.
Them days there.
Them days.
So yeah, let's go right back, innit? Let's go right back to the early days. Sweet Vibes.
Early days. What? How we started? You were
Everything. Because in reality, Fifth Avenue were there way before we even knew who you guys were.
When did you start? What year?
The sound started originally. I wasn't in Fifth Avenue to begin with.
I was about to say, are you original member?
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not an original member. So it started in 1989, 1990. So I joined it in late 1990.
Right.
Late 1990 or 1990, and it started in 88. No, it started in 89. I joined it in 1990.
Right.
And then I was like on the bench.
Okay.
So you had two other selectors that were there before me, and one of the main guys, Mr. Henry, pulled. It was his sound, and I joined to play the upfront music because it was a party sound, but it was the bigger man than on top of me.
So when you say upfront music, you know you're gonna have to like put that out there for them because they were like, yeah.
So those days there, it would have been like the dancehall music that was going on. That
Ragga.
Yeah, ragga. Well, it wasn't even ragga then because remember it was 89, 90. So to me, ragga kind of was early 90s, 1991. They started. You get me?
But
So
Shabba was ragga.
Yeah, it was, but it
That was
wasn't.
90s though. Shabba's album was like early 90s.
But no, that's when he was signed though. Because he was around before then, playing doing his thing, and it was still ragga. Because remember, we used to hear the parents talking about slackness, shabba. Do you understand what I mean? He's the main reason why dancehall is as vulgar as it is now.
He was a star, but hold on, it was vulgar before that.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's the main reason.
Yeah.
Because when they were talking about
that.
slackness, Shabba was the name of everybody's tongue.
Yeah, Shabba.
So what was
Shabba.
it? So them times that you're trying to get in the sound, what was the tune?
Well, he wasn't getting the sound. I got a call from my friend, and she goes, "Listen, like my brother's got a sound, Fifth Avenue, and like I think you'd be a good fit to go in there to play the early music and whatever not and stuff."
Have you heard of them by now? You heard of them by now?
Yeah, because we're all on the end, so we all come from Lewisham. So Lewisham's kind of like the foundation for me anyway.
Right, okay.
So
Sorry, pause there a second. So that means you was a DJ in your own right before then.
yeah, but I didn't have a home. So
Okay.
what happened?
Did you need a home?
You did, because what happened before that, I was on Love Star. So Love Star was on by Lloyd Hunnigan, who was a former middleweight champion. Remember?
Yeah, I remember the boxer.
Well,
yeah.
welterweight champion.
Yeah.
So he had Love Star, but then he shipped it back home to St. Elizabeth. Do you understand? So he shipped the whole sound back home to St. Elizabeth. So I needed to find a home. So I was just freelancing. You understand? So she gave me a call. So it's one of the good friends that I've known from since I was young, and Yvonne gave me a call and said, "Yo, like my brother, da-da-da-da." So I said, "All right, cool. I'll come up." You get me? So then I came up, and then
Give me a second.
we started doing our thing, and it went well. You know what I mean? So from that, I joined. So it was me, and then I joined with Snoopy was my MC at the time. So Hollywood wasn't even there yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he wasn't there yet. No. So after that happened, it was just I was there on the bench, as they say, like waiting for my time. I used to get time, but not. They were the main guys, so they were the first 11, as you would put it. And then I was, you know what I mean, like I'd get a subs call, come and break it down now, break it down. go back on the bench.
So
It's a great conversation, Lizzie. You know? Yo, boss.
Radio.
I started radio in 1987. Was my first radio station, and then I come off of that and I went into Vibes FM 99. So I was on there.
What was the first radio station?
Groove FM. It was on the same frequency as Vibes before Vibes FM went there.
what's that dial, man? What dial was that?
90,
Just like your memories.
93.8 or 93.7, one or two. I think
Sound-
Vibes was
sound good with
93.8.
Yeah,
93.8.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that from them times there, playing Ray Groove, I think it was. I was playing at that time on that. I was on a Sunday morning slot.
Give me a big tune, Rare Groove, them time there, radio.
Ray Groove original slow jams. It's for those younger.
I need subtitles.
You know what I mean? What's titles of Ray Groove tune?
Yeah, give me a tune. Go-to tune. Big tune in them time there when you just joined that particular
I'll tell you what, because that's where I got my name from. Sweet Vibrations.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's where I took my DJ.
Okay.
Question we forgot to ask. Then.
Well, that would have come anyway, but
You know what I
still.
mean? So that's how I got my name. You know what I mean? So I've shortened it up.
So
throughout
did
the
you
years.
give yourself the name or it was given to you?
No, I did it because I didn't. My name before that, we don't want to go into. So
No, we do. No, we do. Yeah. How you mean?
I told you that.
Wow.
I had one of them old time sound my name, so it was a proper.
Go on.
It was a proper. No. We're not doing this. We're not doing
I don't think you're gay, guys. I don't think.
We're not
That's
doing
what
it.
this podcast is about.
Yeah,
It's
great.
conversation.
We're having a great conversation, but we're not going there. No, we're not going there. Them old time my name.
Was you known on the road by that name at the time as well?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was because that's how because I started
We're
that
going to
name.
find out.
Yeah, well, you'd only find out because my whole dream when I was growing up was to be a saxon MC. So I was I started up junior saxon with younger Musclehead. So me and Musclehead's brother used to move. So and that's how I got into music because he introduced me to sax, and I was like, right, what's this? You know what I mean? And when I heard the MCs, Levi, Tipper, Tipper weren't there. There was Levi, Peter King, some of the older ones was there. I was like, what is this? You get me? So I wanted to straight away, that was the sound thing kind of.
So was you up and down with them, travelling?
Yeah. When I could, because I was young. I was about 13 when I first got introduced to saxon, 12 or 13. I used to go to Tony's house, used to play the dubs and used to listen to the tapes. And that's how I kind of got the first feeling of sound business was that. You know what I'm saying to you? Because I wanted to be. That's why I'm still so competitive.
Right.
Because I've come from
Sounds
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Mystery was about the same time as well. So the Ray Groove era was kicking in. Mystery was another big influence. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's where I get the Ray Groove side. Do you get me? So I get the dancehall. Well, it wasn't dancehall there.
Yeah. I get you.
Ragga.
I can't remember what it was. It was clashing, innit? Sound like clashing dubs. You get me? So that side I love. And at the same time, we still had a community sound, which me and Hollywood was first in. So there was about 5 of us that was in a different sound. You get me? That was a end sound. You get me? And we used to be a party sound. So I had the Rare Groove, the party business, and then the dancehall clashes. So that's where my element of selecting.
So you was one of the originally you was one of the guys on the mic over rhythms, busting lyrics.
I was one of them, yeah, because I should try and do everything like an idiot.
No,
He's like, no. Stick to your job that you're good at. If you're good at everything, there's
but
only
you said
a few
You said
people.
at 13.
And that's what you wanted
Yeah,
to do.
You
yeah,
said
of course.
13.
Your dream was to be
so,
an MC.
yeah.
My dream was to be an MC. Yeah.
Wasn't a DJ at that time.
How do you mean it? No, but it wasn't DJ. It was more like playing sound. But I was playing sound anyway.
But
then-
that's what they used to call MC in them times. The DJ.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
So that's going way back. So then fast forward going through that, going through radio, going through Fifth Avenue. I got the call. I went in there. Me and Snoopy was on there. Then the bigger man them kind of said, because we were playing out a lot. So when we were, I must.
Go for it.
When we were playing out, yeah. So when I joined, and then we started to get the younger element following us. So then we used to do the blues dances. So we used to do like Girls Free. I don't know if you remember that before we got PC, politically correct, and it wasn't just you could only just why are you just making girls free. You should
Oh,
also
so
have
that-
equal opportunities to make man them free, and then we just.
I didn't know there was a campaign, you know.
Nah.
Yes, there
I
was.
didn't know there
Do you
was a
know at one
campaign.
time later on, Choice FM wouldn't take adverts? Would you say that? Wouldn't take adverts? Would you say?
Wow.
Because they were told they couldn't do that because it's
That's
not
the
equal
first you've heard
opportunities because you can't give ladies free before 12:30 and you don't give the equal opportunities to man. I don't know who coming with. I don't know where we went with this.
Man them free before 10 p.m. Ladies free before 10:30. That can work.
No, there was no man free at all in our thing.
Man ain't coming there before 10 p.m.
But we
anyway.
didn't want them in there anyway. So you remember the days there. So like we used to keep our. So in the end, and what happened is that they gave the sound to me, which I always bigged them up for. I didn't pay a penny for it. The man then passed it on and said, "Keep it on." But when we was doing, but they were still in it still. But we were kind of getting more and more traction with the younger people as well coming.
So once again, who were the original members?
Mr. Paul Henry, Mr. All these names now. See, now you're going like nearly 40 years.
That's what it's about. Test up your memory.
You're gonna have to maybe come back.
Cool.
You're gonna have to maybe come back to that. I can't remember the whole. I can't remember the whole.
They will come back when you're not thinking about it. Yeah.
Come back to me. But yeah. So, and then we moved on, and then Snoopy left, and then Hollywood joined in his place, and then.
So was Snoopy a host?
Yeah, he was. So he was like the equivalent of what Hollywood is now.
Okay.
So that was the equivalent then, and then we kept it. We had another selector that joined just before Danger joined, about a few years before that, Carl, and he was in there. Then he left, and then 2004.
Yeah.
Jones. And was that again keeping the sound fresh? Because obviously I'm assuming.
We're not the same age.
Yeah.
Don't look it though, don't look it.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So how many's in the sound at that point, 2004? How many of you was there?
Just three of us.
Just three.
Okay.
Three.
And you was up and down, south, west, east, north, shelling down the place.
Yeah, Stellar. I mean, the 90s was really our. Well, not 90s. I mean, the 90s was big for us. You know what I mean, in terms of getting our foot through the door. You know what I mean, and that's when you was playing. I mean, for us, we were playing with the Toucher classes, the latest editions, the mysteries. We kind of first of the. I always kind of say we were first of the younger lot to come through. You know what I mean, and then most of the other sounds come through shortly thereafter.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we was making a big impact over South, just doing our own dances with us jamming the dances.
Yeah.
And then we also Fifth Avenue also played on what was an all-dayer then, which is kind of like your day parties now.
Yeah.
So on the all-dayers, we used to play there as well. So we was the only street sound that used to play there because the other man then played like Ray Groove, and that was day party. It was for a young kind of audience. So we used to play with like Nasty Love, Boogie Bunch, Tim Westwood, Nasty Love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Asher World. So it was that energy kind of all day where you had to be shelling because
there's no rare grooves at them times.
There's that's just upfront hip hop dance.
Exactly.
You know I hear that.
No. There was none of that. So I had the best of kind of both worlds when I was doing that because I was doing the all dayers and still doing that, and then it kind of became the bit where it was like, oh, there's too many young people coming to the dance now. You know what I mean?
What were you expecting?
Well, it's funny because you need the young people to rejuvenate
exactly
your scene. You know what I mean? It don't matter if you go a certain amount of time, you need to replace what's going to go missing because everybody's not going to stay there for time. People are going to get married. People are going to move away. People are going to get disinterested, try another scene, retire. You know what I'm saying to you and that. So we had to do that, but at the time it was like, well, you got too much young people coming to your dance. You know what I mean? Who are following you and that. You know what I mean? So that became, I think, one of the first political little bits. You get me?
So your first big dance that you keep.
First big dance.
Do you remember the name of it? Do you remember the year? And where was it?
Myself personally, or the sound itself?
Personally, actually, first of all.
Me personally, my first big dance, the biggest dance that we kept was probably 19. I kept it and I was involved. It was 1996, and it was the clock strikes midnight. So that was New Year's Eve, and we kept Lions Club down in Ilderton Road, which is Old Kent Road, off Old Kent Road.
Yeah.
And we got like 2,500 people in it. You know what I'm saying to you? And for me, that was my biggest dance at that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't all me. I got a big up Donovan from Choice because he was in on a percentage, and also G Money from Baseline as well. So so we was all doing the thing, but that was the biggest
in
dance.
Africa right now. Right?
He's Africa's doing his thing. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest dance I had. The biggest dance I think for Fifth Avenue we had was when a gentleman was departed, like Cookie Cripple. There used to be like, because you got characters on your scene, so there was characters on our scene. So they kept an 8-room blues dance in Broccoli.
St.
Explain
Aces.
for me what a blues dance is.
Exactly.
Blues dance is a big party in a house party.
Yeah.
And it goes on from 10-11 to Sunday whenever it finished, Sunday evening. And that's what that dance did. That dance was jam at 12 o'clock. It was cork.
Wicked.
Half 11.
Midnight or
Half
12 in the
11.
afternoon?
No,
that
12
dance was jammed by
midnight.
half 11. I couldn't get in.
Jam. And then what you used to have was you used to have people who used to come after a certain time. So the bigger people then used to come to the dance about 4. So they would, and you had people who went club as well. So they'd come after the clubs, and some people would get up later and then come to the dance for later. But the dance was jam, so people was outside anyway. You get me on that? And that was kind of one of the ones that cemented or established Fifth Avenue as a proper blues, like we're here, like we've arrived kind of thing with that. So
Danger. What is your journey to Fifth Avenue?
Well, it's funny you mentions that house dance because I wasn't in Fifth Avenue at the time.
Yeah.
I was in a previous sound with a couple of my guys, and we went to that house dance.
You're not going to mention the sound here?
I will.
Okay,
I will, yeah. I'm just going to jump on from where we left off.
And where you based? Where you area-wise?
Southeast London, so I was more Peckham.
Okay.
So I was a bit further away from Lewisham. So yeah, we went to that house dance, and we knew that I didn't know these guys that well then, but we knew the other promoter, Yardi. So we got in with Yardi, and we managed to get in. And at 12 o'clock, there was a sound playing. Now, I was about, not to put too much age gap between the two of us. So I was a teenager when I first went to that dance. Yeah. And as I said, I was just a starting DJ, and I went in. We used to follow Fifth Avenue, me and my boys. And I'm not going to lie, Sweet Vibes did a mix, and I was like, oh, this guy can actually mix. Because to me, I know these guys all, to us youngers, they were soul sounds. I was a massive dancehall fan. So when I heard him mix that, I was like, really? Okay. So it was like from
them days, there's a lot of DJs that couldn't mix nothing, right?
Bro,
I know.
Couldn't mix.
I know.
So I kind of listened. I had all the Asher World tapes in the world because Chris Goldfinger was scratching dancehall. Nobody other than him and then Sweet Vibes. I didn't really go to Nasty Love raves as much.
Okay.
Anyway, to get to where we are now is when I was growing up. When I first started to be a DJ, I always said there's 2 DJs. If I'm going to be big, I need to be better than these 2 DJs. And one of them sitting on the couch, and the other one was Chris Goldfinger.
Hold
on, I was about to say, which couch? Which
couch? Well, his coach Conference. Yeah, you know. Now I've got to give him his flowers. I've definitely got to give him his flowers because, as I said, like, when we used to go there, I'm not even going to lie, sometimes the Fifth Avenue would come on and they'll start playing there. So me and my brother say, that's it, time to leave. We're gone. You understand? But on this occasion, I heard them playing dancehall. That's when for me it was like, okay, they playing everything. Because when you first started, for me, when I first started playing sound, you had a soul selector, you had a reggae selector, and you had a selector that think he could do everything. You understand? But you had specialists in the sound. And I was the dancehall. You understand? But following Fifth Avenue now, I was like, maybe, because if he can mix dancehall, he can mix soul. So I can do the same. So I just kind of became an all-rounder DJ because of that. Or I was to be fair, my route was dancehall.
Okay.
Yeah, just straight dancehall. I was happy with playing that. Yeah, 100.
So how did you actually end up connecting with Fifth Avenue?
So in my previous sound, Freeze Company, big up Menace and Pipe, they had booked us for a few dance.
Okay.
They gave us a what was it? Slap Harry's residency in West End.
I was about to say, where was Slap Harry's? I've
Yeah.
heard the name, but it doesn't. Obviously.
Right off of
Off Regent, not Regent.
off Regent Street. He's right.
Yeah, off
Street.
Regent.
Round the back.
Round the back.
Round the back. And just to say, we were the second. I think Mystery had a resident in West End, but
Second.
we was one of the first ones that had a Saturday.
It was a Saturday night.
for street sounds.
Yeah.
Although Street Sounds had it before, so GQ had it before. There was a couple man then, but at that time, we were kind of like, especially for it was us. Yeah, but we only went there because anyway, we're going to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gave us our first West End
Yeah,
residency.
but I brought him in. Yeah.
You understand? And then they used us for a lot of things. And I think the breaking point was the New Year's Eve at the Oval Cricket Ground.
Okay.
They gave us a time there
What year?
before.
What year was that?
So it was before I joined. So it was still in the 90s.
999, I think.
It was just before the millennium.
It was two times.
Yeah, just before the millennium.
Yeah.
They gave us a spot at the New Year's Eve at the Oval, and it was 11 o'clock time. Like
Nice.
New Year's Eve prime time. That's a prime time.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like we were so shocked.
Yeah.
So we had to do our best, and from then that was about it. To be fair, I think it took about 5 years before I actually got the call. But
Yeah.
no, but I was with my sound at the time anyway. I was with my sound at the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the sound name you said?
Freeze Company.
Freeze Company.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what actually happened to the sound that made you?
So Freeze Company, it started off, to be fair, like most sounds started off with like 8 guys. And it started off with Champion Love. Funny enough, I had a guy called Snoopy in my sound.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was, at 15, could build a power amp. You name it, he was building it.
Engineer.
What?
Yeah.
One of the best.
Sounds like Bojo.
Yeah, one of the best. He kind of brought me, into the bit of, because I wasn't really interested in the sound. I was trying to play music. But once he showed me what he could do, I was like, yeah. So there was 9 of us. But then, as you know, teenagers, we grew up in Peckham.
Yeah.
So that dwindled through to various reasons.
Yeah. Not enough money to go around, etc., etc. Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the age of, I think, 19. So my dad's cousin is Dennis Rowe. And one day I was on the
Dennis
road.
Rowe, co-owner of Saxon.
Yeah, co-owner
Okay.
of
Yeah.
Saxon.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, I'm thinking
Yeah.
the bell, but yeah.
One day on the road, doing my badness, well, not my badness,
But yeah.
he pulls up on me. He says, listen, if you're really interested in music, come on my radio station, which is Genesis Radio, 91.6. I remember the FM dial and everything. He brought me on the station, but I didn't really want to do it by myself. So I brought in my little cousin, Menace, and a guy that was with me originally, he was our soul selector. His name was Pipe. But his name, that's his surname.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, why is he called Pipe? You know what I mean?
Don't sound too good.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
we changed it to Pipe in us. So, yeah, that was...
Yeah.
But we didn't have a sound name.
Yeah.
So we seriously sat down in a meeting and was like, what are we going to call ourselves? And we thought of all the names in the sun, and then
And I bet you look.
my aunt kicked the door in and she goes, you know, this trees company business can't work.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. You know, even though she was running us,
Yeah.
we still took that name and we used it
Yeah.
for the sound name. Again, growing up, people have kids. I ended up just freelancing solo. I worked with Tony T. He's like the neo soul god right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I was working with him, but it was just parties. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to be in the dances because I knew what I was capable of doing. And the parties are nice, but you can't express yourself.
Yeah.
You can't bust a party like you can bust a dance. And then I was at work one day and Raymond Sweet Vibes gave me a call. At first I was like, another booking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I come off the phone, I'm not going to lie, the job I was doing was very conservative. And it was very hard to contain myself. I had to come outside. And I was talking to the guy I was working with. He was a Jamaican guy.
Yeah.
He knows about sounds,
Yeah.
but not UK sounds. And he was bigging me up, go on. But I was like, you don't know the levels, man. You know what I mean? So when I started to tell like people that knew, there's like, we used to rave to them. Now you're in them, bro. Do your thing. You know what I mean? And
Wicked.
what, next year's 20 years, guys.
20 years.
Boy. Did you come in with the gold tee, or did you like kind of?
I did. I've had this since I was 18.
Meet Goody one day and be like, "Yo, I want one too, Goody. I'm gonna get one too."
That Goody's got about 8 though.
Yeah, true.
So, you know what I mean?
True. Remember, he was the front seat, gold tee, whatever. I mean,
What was your first interaction talking about Goody? What was your first interaction with Goody? When did you lot meet Goody?
Players Club.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wasn't in Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
The thing is, I used to go to a lot of Fifth Avenue dances, but they were the only ones that played like with any interest. Outside of South London, I didn't really know much of the other sounds. So following Fifth Avenue, I got to know Studio Express, Special Touch, some of the other sounds. And it was the Players Club. Man, Goody, sorry, I didn't like him when I first met him. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's general.
You know what I mean?
You warm to him though. You warm to
But-
him. You warm to
that's
him.
a lot of people.
Yeah, he's a nice gentleman. He's a gooner,
Yeah.
and we get on very well.
Now,
Absolutely, not a
what
bad thing
happened
to
though?
say about him.
Why did you like him?
You know
He
what?
didn't say he didn't like him. He just didn't warm to it. That's
No,
different.
you
Yeah.
didn't like him, man.
Hey, don't try that.
All right, I'll answer it.
I'm trying it. I'm trying them little ones.
It was-
The lawyer's here. You know.
You know what it is? I think in the early days, it was hard for me to step away from roadman and soundman. So sometimes I carried the roadman to the raves. And if you looked at me too hard, I'm not saying I'm a bad man, but yeah, it was just like, I don't like
product
this
to
guy.
environment.
Yeah. So,
He's talking about the ego that a lot of
Yeah.
us have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But don't know how to control it.
Yeah.
Them.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the ego is the thing that destroy a whole heap of relationships in sound. You know what I'm saying to you?
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Can't deal with the situation. You know what I mean? Like the jealousy thing come in and everything like that, and then all of a sudden you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you don't even know why that you're not doing it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? All them things.
Because where we're coming from, though, isn't it? It's kind of bedded into the street.
It is. It is, and it's one thing that if you learn to control it, because I always say the best DJs have egos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? But once you learn to control it and channel that energy, you know what I mean?
It's cool.
Then like you're gone. Yeah, you're gone because that fires you. You know what I'm saying to you? That will make you perform at least 10 times better than just a man who's just going there and just going through the motions, because the ego is the thing that gives you the impetus, the fire. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
I'm going to done whatever you done.
Yeah.
I'm going to do double what you done. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't care what your name is. I don't care who you are. I'm going to fire and put you into the shade, because it's nothing better than coming on after you bun down your set. You say, all right, cool. And then you bun it down, and then you know that everybody's forgotten about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you, yeah? But the ego's got to drive that. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, we had a conversation on the podcast like not too long ago where person was almost saying like, nah, I'm not in no competition because it affects the dance. And I'm trying to say it's the fire in you that kind of makes you still come on after a next man. You still have that competition factor within you. You're not in competition with the person or for the rave. You've just got that competitiveness. It's like, nah, because that will take the dance to another. But I'm trying to explain it. You know what I mean?
But that's
So,
the indiscipline that can't. I can go on a dance at any state of mind. I'm bigger. The dance is bigger than DJs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, the dance is always bigger than DJs. The people are always bigger than the DJs.
Yeah.
So sometimes you've got to learn to play your position. Enough man don't want to play their position.
Exactly.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
You understand? So
But it doesn't mean you being competitive is going to upset the dance because you're not trying to play to make sure.
But it's the indiscipline that will make them want to play, for instance, top 5 music.
Yes.
And it's and the dance has just started like an hour ago. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not impressing me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying to you? So you can still do your business. You can do your top 5, just a different top 5.
I wasn't
that
talking
is
about
ready
from
for
the
that.
point of playing the top 5. Basically, he's basically saying that he doesn't feel like you should never bring competitiveness into it because it makes the dance not go nicely.
But this is certain way that certain people do it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when they're playing, they'll say, I'm going to play these music now because you're not going to play it, and there's a whole lot more music that you can play to entertain the people.
Yeah.
Joe Blogs, I don't care. Most of them that come out, and even when you got your niche music coming, so they want to hear a certain amount of music at a certain time.
Yep.
That is just the nature of what it is.
Yeah.
You got to know that before that certain time come, play your position. If you're not on at certain time, play your position.
Yes.
So you can do a whole heap of other stuff. You just don't need to be in competition with the DJs on 2 hours later that's got prime time spot. Let him do what he's doing. He's booked for a certain rate. Just let him do what he's doing. You can still do your thing, you know.
Yeah.
Because your time, if you're that confident, your time will come. You know what I'm saying?
I get what he was saying, but I don't think he got where I was.
No,
coming
he
from.
didn't.
That's
He
what it
wouldn't.
was.
He
That's
didn't.
what I mean.
He didn't. But it goes over their heads.
I don't know.
You what
It's
I'm
just
saying to you?
individual opinions. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you know your business, though, that is the business. You know what I'm saying to you? And a lot of DJs would do well to like. You've got to do a certain amount of schooling with the business, and the better that you learn, because even me, I've done that before, you know.
Yeah.
I used to do it. I did it before when we used to play with Chris Goldfinger, right? I used to, because I could play dancehall.
I was
I
going to
could
get to
scratch,
I was thinking of something like that.
So I used to be in some dancing with Chris. Yeah. I
Not
swear.
playing your position.
Not playing my position. But it's the ego, because I want to impress Chris, innit?
yes,
because I see Chris tearing up dances.
You want to show that you
Yo,
can do it too.
I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
I get you.
Yo, brother, watch me.
Yeah.
I'm good as you. That's what I want to say. You get me saying to you? But I'm impressing in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying to you? So I used to play some reggae music, yeah? And believe me, some of the yard man them used to, because they obviously in a dance, they don't even see who's playing. They think it's Chris Goldfinger playing. Yeah. But you see, when Chris come back on, Chris plays back some of the same tune in a different style, in a different way, mash up the dance before. They forget about me.
Yeah.
You play the same tunes. Try it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I didn't know that play your position. So that's where that come up, that education come up, and like, play your position, make the dance nice. You know what I'm saying to you? And everybody come, you get yours. If someone sees potential in you at some point, you're going to start in being that middle person, that person who's running the dance, that person that they call the number one. Because everybody has their time, and it goes right back around, because I've known Fifth Avenue's been number one, it's been number two, it's been number three, and then it goes right back around. You know what I'm saying to you? You know what I'm saying to you? So it happens, you know what I mean? But you got to, it's just like football, isn't it? It's just like the Premier League. Sometimes you're at the top and you're number one. Sometimes you're in Champions League, and sometimes you're in UEFA spot. You've had a bad season or two, you know what I mean, through certain circumstances. But if you believe in your craft,
You'll be back in Champions League in no time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the kind of advice that you probably told Danger when you first joined the sound? Because obviously he was a hardcore bashment. The bashment sound, he's stepping up a level.
Yeah. You
Fifth
know what?
Avenue now, is that the sort of
Yeah,
conversation?
absolutely, because as I said, like transitioning from the dancehall to the soul, you got to remember, when I'm playing the dancehall, I could play a dancehall song for 42 seconds.
That's right.
You can't do that
Yeah.
with a Mantronic song.
Yeah.
That's 4 minutes and 35 seconds. You understand? So, and I'm going to be honest, even some of them soul songs, when I did get to play in some of the rare groove songs,
The intro is not even 42
but
seconds.
not even that. I've never heard that song to that length to know that's where the sweet part is. So I'm getting tugged like, yo, don't mix it.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, why? This is where the mix sounds sweet.
Yeah.
But then over time, I'm like,
Yeah,
cool.
The ego. The
you
ego.
understand? Yeah, because I know what
mix
you know. What it's actually true, because even talking about that, I know I could mix everything on vinyl. Yeah, from Sound Labs to Techniques, it didn't matter. I could mix like a soul song with a dancehall song on vinyl. So when I joined FIFA, I wanted to show them, listen, this is what I could do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to mix everything. Give me sugar and water. I was mixing it. But then the education and the coaching came in of like, it's fine to do your mixing. Don't mix everything and know when to mix the songs. You understand? Because if you don't, then you're going to get some of the bigger heads. And 9 out of 10, there will be women that come to you, you didn't play the best part of the song. And that's the last thing you want. You understand? So yeah, the coaching was definitely there for that.
And you know what? With you talking about certain songs, that the sweet part comes later in. It's like, this is where me being around a lot of American DJs kind of worked for me. because there's a lot of American DJs who they scratch for everything, but they can't blend songs. Do you understand what I mean? So what they would do, let's just say, for example, Killing Me Softly. The song would be playing, the sweet part, whoa, whoa. Do you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to play for 15 minutes before it gets there. Yeah. So yeah, I see what you're saying, but it's like that way of getting that influence from other people was what, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely worked.
Any major highlights? Fifth Avenue. Got a call from, I don't know, big promoter booking overseas concerts. Anything you can remember?
Well,
that's concert now, innit? That's
we'll get that. I mean, we do. Well, I do a lot of hosting at concerts now. Right. For the old school. Then I'm doing one in 2 weeks at Barbican. I'm doing Barbican again.
Oh yeah, I forgot to meet you at what's it called it, innit? Melissa Morgan, innit?
I didn't know you host.
Yeah. Host. Yeah. I can do that.
Was it last year or the year before we did Melissa Morgan?
Last year.
Yeah.
And we done EastEnder usually puts on those ones I do for him anyway, you know what I mean? And so we do that, and the Jazz Cafe, he brings over his artists and stuff. Done O2 for him. It's cool. I love that. That's cool. I get to be somebody else. You know what I mean? In that guy. So that's cool. So those concerts are always good because
concerts you played in though. Concerts you played in.
We play.
Going back in time now.
Listen, I have to go in my box. I got a box home with pure flyers. Pure flyers, and I have to go back in it. I mean, I can't remember. I can't bloody remember. Yeah. I
when you do so much,
it's just.
And you've been obviously how long have you been in the game now?
You're trying it, innit?
I'm trying it. I'm doing it.
I'm trying it. No, you really are trying it, brother.
Transition from vinyl.
Don't carry out, you know.
Transition from vinyl. How did you find it?
Ego again. I should have done it earlier. Okay. Nigel B was the first one on our circuit that was doing the laptop.
Before laptop, CD. Did you go CD?
Yeah, I went CD.
How did you find the transition?
It wasn't that bad because when you had the CDJs, you could still mix and scratch and whatever. Not, I was cool with that. It's just the burning of the CDs every bloody minute. You're sitting down.
So you didn't do the tray system. Did the trays where you had to press the tray comes out.
Oh, we did that, but we didn't do it much. We didn't really do that much. We didn't really have that. There were times I would have to play with that.
Yeah, but very rare.
So you virtually went from vinyl straight to CDJ.
Straight to CDs and CDJ, yeah, straight to that. So we did a little bit of that, and then we stuck on that for a good little while, and then the laptop. Nigel started on the laptop.
Yeah, he was the first person.
And we was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like, what kind of nonsense is this?
I mean, he had the worst package. I think it was
PC DJ.
Virtual DJ.
It was virtual. Did he start with virtual DJ?
He might start virtual, but he went to PC. But it was a dozen PC DJ, boy. Man could mix. So. And then I'm like, all right, cool. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, because I went straight to Serato. I didn't do.
I didn't do that, so I couldn't get the. So I was doing CD, same as you.
Yeah, I went. CD
I skipped because I couldn't do that, and I went straight to Serato. And the Serato has been like ever since. Ever since there. Yeah, so that was a thing though, because I'm authentic vinyl. You know what I mean? So the majority of my music collection is original and it is vinyl. You know what I'm saying to you? Vinyl is final, as they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how I usually. When I want to diss somebody or a younger DJ, say you're gonna. But I'm taking the piss really.
Of course,
things move on. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them ones who get stuck in the old days and say, "Oh, because you don't have the vinyl, you're not a DJ." You get me? Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And
before me, that talk for a long time, wasn't it?
Of course, yeah. But you do that to embarrass, man. That's all you do, embarrassment. And like, I think half of it is like when you're having the jokes and you want to fire a man up. You know what I mean? Just say, "Well, you're not a proper DJ because you don't have the vinyl."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, so. I mean, I would never give that up. You know what I mean?
Would you ever go back to vinyl?
If you pay me, yeah. But I'm not coming out for that kind of money.
I like that answer. If you pay me,
2 big old box. I think we used to come out with. I used to have 4. In it,
4 fly cases we used to come out with.
You know what I mean?
And they are not like.
No.
And a 7-inch case.
Yeah. And a 7-inch case.
Yeah. You remember?
Nah,
I wouldn't.
And then the thing is, you remember like there when we used to come out, you got to remember we just did dances.
Yes. So just going back to your question, then I'm talking about vinyl.
Yeah.
So I lost one of my vinyl boxes, innit, one time, right? We was going into
That's me as well.
Me too.
we was going in, what was that? What was the that big leisure centre up in my gosh, up in
What area?
just down the road from Highbury. Sobel, Michael Sobel.
Sobel Centre.
So we're going in the Sobel, so it's Donald Jones.
Yeah, the concert. Yeah,
Donald
yeah,
Jones
I remember
concert.
that
So we were
concert.
playing there.
Yeah.
My brethren's bringing in one of my 12-inch boxes, my R&B, soul and hip hop, one of that box there. And that promo, 'cause I was up front, promos and that, everything. The blasted, I don't even, anyway. I'm trying to go in this dancer's jam, yeah? So we're all trying to squeeze in. You remember the boxes squeezing and there was, squeeze me, yeah, I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
The brother left my box outside and he got in. I said, where's my box? I left, what? Why did you do that? So we've gone outside, we couldn't find the box. But that is just a story. and that was one of the biggest things, because that Michael Sober Center with Donald Jones, that time there he was one of the first champion street sounds of Donald Jones, obviously, you know what I mean, with that. And
Who's the promoter of that dance?
that was Freddie Maestro.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was a big
Talking
man.
Arista days. Arista BMG.
Yeah, going right back. That was I forgot what it is. I'm sure it was late 97, 98 or something like that.
about
And I had to
98.
phone up, man them at the record company and ask them to send me back promos and stuff just to get my stuff back in. You get me?
yeah.
So that was one of my most hurtfulest time.
Hurtful,
You know what I mean?
yeah, heartbreaking.
You understand? And so whoever's got it out there, whoever brother Tifa, I hope your whole family got jujud. Yeah. I mean, I'm still. That's one of the. But it's still hurting me now.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's still hurting me now.
So you said the key word you said was promos. Now, because you said promos, I don't even want to know where you got the rest of them from. Where was the place that you used to go the most for your promos?
From a promo. So I used to go to. There was one gentleman that used to service.
Yeah.
All of the other record companies, like most of the record shops, yeah?
Yeah.
So he used to actually get the promos off the plane. He went to the airport to collect them and then went around to the record shops. Most of them in London that you're going to talk about, or you talk about, he sold them promos. And his name's Basil. He moves now with Ratty them over West London. But he used to sell promos. So his company, he worked for another guy who was in the business. So they sold promos. So we used to go around his house. So I used to come from Heathrow. The records used to get delivered. We used to go around his house, go in the back of the van.
Yeah.
We got promos and we got CDs. So we'd taken the pick of the bunch before they even get into the shop.
Wicked.
You know, understand? So that's most of my promos.
So you had the
come that
insider.
way. Some of them come from a gentleman called Tony Heights as well. Tony Heights is selling me. The amount of money he's got for me.
Yeah. Did he have a shop? Did he have a shop? No?
He's just freelance. He's just gone pick it up.
I remember the name, but I just can't.
Yeah, he's
sold me the
he's
H-Town
one of the
album.
dogs. Like when it comes to slow jams,
That H-Town
he
album
was
I got from
one
him.
of the. He was getting these fresh slow jams, and we used to go there. And obviously, that was one way of having an edge in the
Hold on,
dance.
did he not have a place inside Seven Sisters Market? Do you know what Seven Sisters Indoor
I can't. He
Market?
could have done. I
think
can't
he
remember.
might have.
But we used to go to his house. I used to go to his house
yeah,
again
yeah.
and meet Tony, and then we'd buy it. That was there. I mean, there was record shops that used to sell it. So,
Yeah.
like for us, you had Maestro Records. There was shops over Croydon, in the middle of West End, East London. We used to go for them. Like anywhere they had them, I used to go. But the majority come from those two.
Because my original promo place, I have to big up Nigel B for this.
Yeah,
Major Flavors in West End.
yeah, that was one of.
He was the first person to take me to like this place where I'm just like, wow.
What's all these records?
It's not even these records. It was the records that were basically before everybody else could get them.
Yeah.
And I didn't know nothing about those kind of stuff at that time. So yeah, big up Nigel, man.
Yeah, so those are there. So those are worth how much money now?
Yeah, but you know what? It might not be so much if you look back at them and you say to yourself, damn, I've got my name on it. Because remember, you had to own your records.
Yeah, I stamped mine as well. I just stamped mine as well. So that way, there, if anybody did teeth them,
Exactly.
play out
And
with
then
them.
play
you
out
know,
with it.
Exactly.
Spinning it like,
Yeah. Gal there is yard. It's like, bro, that's Sweet Wine's record.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So like them times there. So that's music. and that's vinyl. But we've had some special times with like playing out music. We've managed to travel a lot of the world. We're going Asia in March.
Yeah.
You know
Which
what I mean?
part?
Vietnam, Hong Kong, Singapore, not Taiwan, the other one there, but not
Thailand.
Yeah, we're going there to play as well. So, you know what I mean? We played the most of the Caribbean.
Left from London, go foreign pan tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the DJ business have been good. I've had some great moments. So, obviously, being part of Baseline was one of them.
Wicked.
Because that was one of the most influential street radio stations, if not the at the time, because it's the younger kids coming freshest, and
because it was very much Baseline a station at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know what I mean, and out of that we helped create another scene out of that with what we did there with G Money, Yardi, and then you know what I mean. There was a lot of iconic DJs that was on that station that also transitioned to being a big part of the kind of major scene. You know what I'm saying to you with that. You know what I mean. So, for instance, I got a call from Mex.
Dubplate Mex.
Yeah. Which is Giggs's
official DJ,
official DJ. But Mex has got so much history within the garage, within the grime scene. You know what I mean? And
also, as well, sorry to just jump in on there. Dubplate Mex I've known for a long time, and he was another one. He's only a couple. I think me and him are about the same age. Believe it or not, that guy used to be a soul DJ and a rare groove DJ.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He's got his story to tell.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's got his story to tell. It's funny.
Reminiscent Traffic Jam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was really a soul DJ.
So that whole Baseline experience, and we was kind of competing against the main.
He had every dub,
mainstream.
every garage,
Every garage.
every garage. Okay.
Everybody that's done the vocals for a garage tune, Dubplate has got it.
He's got it.
Yeah,
he's got it.
And I can tell you, there's now half of them that they gave it to him.
Yeah,
they gave him.
So we've had a very, you know what I mean. There's been a lot of good times. You know what I mean? I've grown up with a lot of the most influential people that I could have wanted to be around to nurture me. You understand? So I've learned from the best. I don't care what anybody's got to say within my scene.
Yeah.
I've learned from the best. You know what I mean? Well, you got Mystery, you got, you know, like the Touch of Classes, the Desert G, the Barry Whites. Just seeing them perform and how they used to go on. And then you'd go on, as I said, I played back to back with, I don't know if I should say them when names there. Should I Tim? I'm not disrespecting you at all, but like Tim Westwood, and them man, they was at their peak. Them man, they were peak in the 90s. You know what I mean? Rampage, peak in the 90s.
Yeah.
If you talk about Boogie Bunch, peak in the 90s. You know what I'm saying to you? So
Absolutely.
I've done
R.I.P. DJ Swing.
I'm saying, like one of the best. You know what I mean?
Psycho
one of the realest.
Psycho
Psycho from Rampage.
Psycho.
So I've competed back to back with some of the best, and I'm still here. We're still here to kind of still tell the story and still competing with them. You understand? So
And got the biggest dance in nationwide right now. The biggest dance. We haven't even touched that moment yet. But we can do it now, or
then we can do it now. Yeah, because it's my pride. It's me and Ali's proud baby.
Right.
Me and Ali proud. Proud
Okay.
Fifth Avenue Studio Express. You know what I mean? And
some may say that, you know, you do brands and it's hit and miss. They do say like Coco White started as a boat party. I need to tell you the
boat party for 350 people on the Thames. Yeah.
And then here we are now. How many years later?
This is 8 years, not 9 years next year. 2025 is 10 years. No, it ain't. That's the same. We remember, me and Ali been doing our birthday dance from early 20s, 2022, no, 2002. 2002 or to 2002, 2003, something like that. And then in 15, we kind of, everybody was doing, every DJ was doing a birthday dance. So it was nothing special. It was nothing special. Like everybody was doing it. Oh, just another birthday dance. So we said, like, we've got to come out of this. And to be honest with you, we weren't making that much money doing the birthday dances in the clubs anyway. You know what I mean? Because it's just, and we're out every week and everything else. Yeah, people, but it wasn't nothing special. People come out for us, but it wasn't that special. So we said, all right, let's rebrand it. So we decided to rebrand it. Ali said, all right, let's do an all-white thing. We said, all right, cool. I think I come with the name COCO because it was just white. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then from there, we said, all right.
So COCO, he wasn't influenced by anything else? The song maybe?
I was, but I can't say the song because if I say this, I can't say the song because now everybody will get a perception of what they think COCO is. That is.
Okay.
Might get misconstrued.
You might get
How
misconstrued.
many years ago were we talking about?
2015.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's trying to be.
Yeah, he's working out songs in his head, you know.
In my head, it's rap, but I mean, like.
Yeah, it was a rap song at the time. It was a rap song at the time, and as you know, COCO all white. So we said yes, that sound it can transfer. So we took the name and said, all right, put all white and then COCO's on it. You know what I'm saying to you? So there we get the all white COCO. So when we did that, all right, it's themed. It wasn't nothing. Still, people were doing all white dances. Just that we just actually put a name to it. People were just doing an all white affair or whatever, but we just put the COCO in it, and the COCO kind of resonated with a lot of people. You know what I mean? It was a nice little catchphrase that to have. We did 2 boat dances on the same boat for 2 years, and then we went up to the biggest boat on the Thames, which was the Dixie Queen. So we did 600, and then and that year we got thrown off it. We got thrown off the boat. Wow. Because as usual, as usual with us here, you're like, you can give us the most sometimes and we still want more.
Some people are just not satisfied.
And we're not satisfied. And then we want to help our brethren then, but we're helping the minority and forgetting about the majority. Yeah. So we brought drinks onto the boat innit? And we got a bag with the drinks on the boat. So it just went pear-shaped. Anyway, so you know what I mean? Selling drinks to a minority of our brethren there. You get me? So we ended up, so the money that we made, we ended up losing because they kept depositing. But actually, that was the best thing that happened to us because from that, we went to a place in Buckinghamshire called Newland Manor. So we went and looked at the place. EastEnder gave us a call and said, "Yeah, there's this place.
Imagine.
Yeah, come and see it." So I said, "All right, let me go and see it. Go and see what's happening with it." Saw it as like, "Oh, this is different though." So it was like a wedding venue. Yeah?
Okay.
So you had the 2 halls, the marquee, and we had the big marquee in one. And like, EastEnder was like, "You can do this." Because you're already doing a boat dance, it's in the day anyway. So when we come with that day party thing, the only other person that was doing the brunch was them people who was doing the brunch, thingy brunch, reggae brunch.
Okay,
I think reggae brunch was about them time there, and they was doing that, but it wasn't doing a full day party. So we said, all right. So we brought it back to the table. The man said, yes, let's do it.
And that's something unheard of on your scene. Like,
well, it wasn't unheard of in most of the scenes. The only Garage wasn't doing it. Nobody else was doing a full day. Because remember, that's
2018,
2017. Okay, 2017, 2018. Yeah. So that was flipping it back to an all dayer.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was just flipping it back to what the all dayers were. So we did it. The first year we got about 700 people creeped up in there. So we had doubled what we had on the boat. But we didn't do enough to make money. So we hadn't made no money. So it was 600. But because of the buzz on that first one that we took to Newland Manor, the following year we got in 1,800 people. You get me? And then it was like, rah, this is a thing now. You know what I'm saying to you? So we did the 2 rooms. We kept it old school in one room for our scene and where we come from. So that's where you get the throwback to the rare groove, the slow jams in that room. We keep it original with that. And then we said, let's mix up this front room and go back to having a friendly competition and bringing the best of people in their specific genres of music. So that's where we brought in like CKP come on first. Creed was there. We had Super. So we had the soca. We had Red's soca DJ.
I'm not too sure.
I forgot his name at the minute. He'll come back to me because I'm getting old. And then we had, I think Big Business was on that. We've had Shugs, we've had Matt White. We had, what's the yard sound that we had on there?
Bass Odyssey.
Bass Odyssey come through and did a set, you know what I mean? So we had Bass Odyssey come through and they were putting it on their social, so it was getting out. So people just loved the day party concept was a thing again, you know what I'm saying to you? So we were the original first to bring back that day party. I don't know anybody else that was doing an all-day day party like that, a themed one like that, you know what I mean? It was mostly still club nights that people were then were doing. And that just grew. And then the pandemic come. That year of the pandemic, by March, we had done 2,500 tickets.
Oh, yeah.
2,500 tickets. And the event wasn't until June.
Yeah.
And we had done, I was like, you always look at this brother here. What's happened here? And J2, was our original designer for the flyers. So your brother helped us also like design and get to where we are with it. And then the pandemic happened, which was people. I know it's a bad thing because some people lost their lives and lost their ones, but it was also a good thing because you got to sit back and reflect. And if you took time to think about your brand and where you want to go and what you want to do and everything else. So we kind of rebranded the whole COCO thing and we came back out with all black COCO. So we had all white COCO in the summer, all black COCO is in December.
Okay.
Yeah, so we came back, the first dance that we came back was another wedding venue again, which was Ponsable, and I think that we did that too, which is up in Hertfordshire. We got 1,800 people for that one, and then we came back in the summer. We came back in the summer with Ditton Manor. That was 2,500 people. Then we came back for All Black last year. This time, that place over West London there that we had on the 2 floors.
Freezing that night.
Yeah, we got about 2,000 and a little bit in there. And then this year we came back with All White, which we took to Nebworth. In fact, for us, we're the first black street promoters. We went to Nebworth, and for us, if anybody knows the history of Nebworth, then you know that's like where Oasis performed to 110,000 people.
Right.
That's where Queen performed. You know what I mean? That's where some of the Ed Sheeran. You've had some of the
Turner.
biggest pop acts perform.
Some people don't even know where Nebworth is.
They
Where's
know
Nebworth?
Stevenage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we took it out of London and that. Beautiful. You know what I mean? So
You know, went all out.
yeah, so we were proud of that, and we got 6,000 people in summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it was. I mean,
No joke, you know.
No joke.
Yeah.
I was nearly like, you know, when you see you're so proud of something.
Yeah.
So you see when I went up on that stage,
Yeah.
and I looked down and I'm like, fucking, is that us?
Yeah.
Ali.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, it's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we get 6,000 with love, and when I say with love, we don't do no paid advertising. Remember, we don't have no boards up. Everything we do is organic, and it's people sharing the love and bringing their family, because it's like a family thing. Our thing is unique that way there, that we got 2 generations, sometimes 3 generations
Raving together.
under one house,
Yeah.
raving together. You know what I'm saying to you? And like we kept, and remember that we're independently owned. We're not financed by anybody. So when we're there putting on that big, it's a green space. That means everything that you see, we put there. Nothing is not there without us paying for it. You understand? And to put that together, and we're novices really, because that's the first green space that we've ever done. You know what I'm saying to you? So we've now, you know, for the All Black this year, we've gone to Ascot. So now we're moving to another iconic venue. You know what I'm saying to you? So we got another big, well, we sold out anyway. So we've done another. By the time this comes out, so we've done 3,000 and change.
Okay. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So that's sold out again, and this is the first proper black party they're having inside Ascot,
event.
not in the car park. And I'm not even throwing no shade on
Yeah.
no disrespect
Yeah.
to nobody. We're in Ascot next to the
Inside.
race course in the big grandstand. We've got the whole of that, the whole of the 4 floors. You know what I'm saying to you? So we just putting the final touches.
Royal Ascot.
Royal Ascot, but they said that we can't use that because
can't
Royal
use
is only
that.
for when the king has his Royal Ascot endued.
Well, you know
what I'm
what?
saying to you?
That's what we
But
know.
for our
it as.
kings
That's
and
what we've
queens,
already called it.
Yeah, but for our kings and
exactly.
queens,
You know,
it is there.
For us, it's
exactly.
it is
Dress sense and everything.
It's-
Royal Ascot.
It is there. So the love that people are showing for that is unbelievable. Obviously, we've had to move up our game. We've got the production wasn't a thing 3 and 4 years ago. You didn't have LED screens. You know what I mean? You wasn't really that concerned about lighting. You know what I mean? But now, whatever green space you're doing or whatever you're doing, I go to some of my brethren's them thing. I go to Mingles because Mitch does Mingles. I go there and I look at what he's doing, the sound he's putting in, how's he curating his thing. Because we're all learning, you know. And I'm saying to you, I go and visit some of my other brethren's stuff that they're having, and go to their festivals that they have, just to see what they're doing and how they're doing it and what I can take from it to improve what I'm doing and what I'm giving. You know what I'm saying? Because the game's moved exponentially in 4 years. It's like we weren't spending that. If you was a promoter, you weren't spending that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In 5 years. Now production is kind of
Key.
It's key. You get me? It's essential. We've got to wow people. You know what I'm saying to you? And because all of those people
You're
out
just making
there.
it harder for all of us. That's what you lot doing.
Yeah, but it's because I'm being pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's just I've got
standards.
vision, but
Yeah.
but we're being pushed.
Yeah.
So there's people around us that are doing some fabulous things. You know what I'm saying? And putting together some good festivals, and it's good because for instance, when you look at originals and Super, I tease Super now because his auntie used to rave with us. You get me? But I didn't know that she was his auntie.
Oh yeah.
So I'm on the thing like.
She was on the cruise with us.
Yeah, she was on the cruise. I said, "Is that?" She said, "Yeah, that's my nephew." I said, "So he could have been playing Ray Groove." And just the other day at Wiggs's mum's funeral that passed, rest in peace, Mama Wiggs. I see him play like a revival tune, and they were calling him like Rasta, like Rasta Man Super. And I'm thinking he could have been over here with us, not. You know what I mean? It's just mad.
Change his name to Ras Super.
So like it's kind of good because we're all family. So whether it's soul cups or whether it's dancehall or whether it's house or most of the man them that grow up, we've got a connection somewhere along the line. It's a brother, it's an auntie, or we've grown up with somebody and da. So to me, I treat it like that now. You know what I mean? I don't even see it as that scene over there or that scene over there. You know what I'm saying to you? It's just one. We're just sisters and brothers scenes. You get me? And we're just doing our thing. So yes, it's competition, but I want to see everybody win that because, well, not everybody. The majority I want to see. Man, I don't like. Yeah. But the majority I want to see win it because it opens up and it generates more awareness for your team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying to you? So when people think it's only me one supposed to be doing it, it isn't only supposed to be you one. You get me? Because not you one can't only open up the doors and the big gates are there because that whole festival thing is another. If people know what we got to go through to get through these big old doors there, they don't want us up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want us there. You know what I mean? So you've got to think that we need to work together to open the doors and keep the doors open and let who we know is sensible and can do stuff come in and be part of that because the more of us up there, the harder it's going to be for them to get us out. You know what I'm saying to you? And if you look, I mean, how many club nights really go on now? How many club nights really go on?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah, and it's hard to find a club. You know what I mean? And then now it's gone back. Well, it's a good thing because it's gone early. Some of it, you know what I'm saying to you? In my scene, it's really kind of gone low. I know the house scene is finding clubs anywhere else, and it's got a resurgence over there now. You know what I mean? The house and the Amapiano has got with clubs, but otherwise it's kind of hard to find. So to me, it's just kind of working together, getting my baby up. We're hopefully going for different things next year for All White. We've already got the venue again for that. We've got you're only as good as your last event, so there's no way that I'm sitting down thinking, oh, we've done 6,000 this year, everything's a bag for next year. Nah, it ain't. You know what I mean? There's only for things that are impacting on that. There's going to be a few more players that are going to jump into the ring. You know what I mean? They're going to say, well, I've got a festival. You know what I'm saying to you? So now you got to really make your brand stand out, really make them say, why am I going to yours? You get me? Like, what's the reason why I'm going to go to your thing? What they're giving me? Because Joe Blogs out there, which I wanted to say 2 minutes ago, everybody out there thinks that they pay our wages. You get me? You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
So forget the festival thing. Like when you play at a club and they give a little £10 or £15 ticket, they think that you're paying how many bills. They would know that most of us forever have had a second or third job on top of the playing DJ music
to make ends meet.
Because most of us ain't elite. You know what I mean? And we haven't got to that elite position. You know what I mean? Where you're not a spoonie, you know what I mean? Where you can, I just got to live, I can just live on just like DJ. I know Spoonie's probably saying, don't mention my name. You know what I mean?
Too late, Spoonie.
We're not David Rodigan. We're not David Rodigan, you know what I'm saying? You can live off of that, you know what I mean? And there's some big DJs that can just live off the DJ thing because they've earned it, you know what I mean? And they get paid that way there, you know what I'm saying to you? Like EZ, you know what I mean? Like,
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Them man is on some different, gonna get money, you get me? You know what I'm saying to you? But we've always had to hustle to do that. So differently, we're just hustling now, you know what I mean? And we're just trying to make it
No, well done, man.
stick.
In your decorated career, anything you change?
No, because you know what? As much as every that I've been through, I call it a beautiful pain for me personally. Obviously, Danger would say what he said, because out of pain comes the beauty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying to you? And when you're there and when you're struggling, and to come out on the other side, that's the beauty. And then the beauty is the thing that make you live. You know what I'm saying to you? So I wouldn't change a thing. You know what I mean? Everybody that did anything to me made me what I am. You know what I mean? So if they don't like it, it's their business. It's too late now. You know what I mean? And
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
yeah, thank you. Of course, I'm sitting for Fifth Avenue Studio Express. We're sitting on the top. We've done for our scene. Nobody's done what we've done. Nobody has done what we've done, and we've had great promoters before us that set the things. Like RJS set the things. MJR set the things before us, and there's promoters before them that set the things in our scene, and we've managed to take it to that to that new level. Which for any promoter coming into any scene, when you go into a scene and you look at the bigger man them, and then you reach that and beat their level. You know what I mean? Now you just set this tone for someone else to come and beat your level, but at least you know that you know what, they can't take that away from you. So for me, I ain't changing that.
Flowers.
Nah, I wouldn't change a damn thing either. Because, like he said, you know, the stuff you go through make you the person you are today. You know, it's like having regrets. Do you regret anything you've done in your past? No, you can't. It's the past, isn't it? And it's where you stand today as a man is what's important.
Well, you can regret it, but
there's a couple of regrets.
What comes after it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know, but don't think about those regrets. You just, no, sometimes
Learn
people,
from them.
that's right.
Learn
That's
from
right.
them.
That's right.
Try not to make the mistake again. Try as a keyword.
100%. But it's hard, isn't it?
Very hard.
You know what I mean? It's hard, and it's hard. But anyway, we won't go there.
No, I won't get there. On that note,
You two are coded, bro. You two are coded.
on that note, there's so much more we could have done. But I see how he's going on. The face, like the Tottenham Liverpool games.
Wow.
At the back, you know what I mean? Defending. But we will save that to another day.
We will save that.
Camera.
We could have that. Definitely we could have that. But like, as you're gonna finish, just keep doing what you're doing as well. You know what I'm saying to you? Proud of the man then, because I've known you lot from since you were coming up from way back. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's why you lot call me uncle.
GEnts.
Do you know how much man them call me uncle in the scene now? Like, uncle.
Them times we didn't see you without your glasses, bro.
Thank you. I don't know.
We never used to see you without your glasses. Them
Tell me
times.
about that, man. I still can't see properly.
I wish Hollywood was there though. But
you can invite him. You can invite him in, and I like have a DJ too.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and like because he's got his own story to tell.
Because I don't actually know him as well, like personally, whereas we haven't spoken on
like that. Yeah.
As a younger, I've seen him, you know.
Do his thing. He's one of the goats. He's
great. It's great. His craft.
He's one of the goats, and
him
and Dodd have been like at the top for
Competitiveness.
competitive. Yeah.
They got it. Like one.
Yeah, of course they have. They have. What Dodd told you last one, didn't it?
Times.
Dodd
Plenty
loved to tell that
times.
story, you know.
Yeah.
Dodd loved to tell that story with him on Hollywood.
Yeah.
But listen, and Dodd's a consummate professional. You know what I mean? He definitely puts in his all, 110%. You get me? So all what he's getting now, he's due. He
100%.
deserves every one of it. You know what I'm saying to you? So on that.
Yeah.
But my man is still. I was always saying that my man is still the best. But Dodd, come on, I enough love for him and that. You know what I mean? So so there we go.
There we go.
Oi, ladies and gentlemen, Sweet Vibes and Danger, Fifth Avenue. So we get it right this time, yeah? Get it right this time. Salute, guys. Salute, man.
We'll be back. Podcast. We'll be back.